Hey guys, it's Bellamy here from Midnight Suns and welcome to my review for The Phoenician Scheme. So this is director Wes Anderson's latest movie, and just like all of his other movies, this movie is absurd, over the top, and funny in all the best ways possible. So this is an action, thriller, spy, espionage comedy movie about a crime boss arms dealer who keeps surviving assassination attempts. And in fear for his life, he decides that he must have a plan to pass down his legacy and fortune to a successor, his heir. And it just so happens that his heir is an extremely religious nun. And yes, as you can tell from that description of this movie's plot, this movie is indeed completely bonkers, over the top, hilarious, and yeah, exactly what you would expect from a Wes Anderson movie. But I will say this is probably the closest thing that Wes Anderson has done to an action movie. Like, this is really a full-on spy espionage thriller film. It's much faster paced than any of his other movies that I've ever seen. And I think it's one of those movies that you probably need to watch multiple times to really catch everything. Like, everything just moves so quickly. The dialogue is extremely well written as well. The characters are also quirky. The way they interact with one another is just hilarious. And I think we really need to watch the movie multiple times to catch all the interactions. But I must warn you, the movie is extremely shocking. Like, within the first minute of the movie, something extremely shocking happens. So yeah, just prepare yourself for that. Like, the whole movie is like that. I wouldn't say that there are jump scares, but there are things that just happen out of nowhere. And yeah, even though this movie isn't a horror movie, I think this movie proves that if Wes Anderson wanted to make a horror movie, it would be frightening as heck. Now, this movie is completely unrealistic. The plot is unrealistic. The characters, the way they talk to one another is unrealistic as well. The action is so over the top. But you know what? Everything in this movie is so quirky that they all kind of work together to create something pretty special. Like, if you're going into this movie expecting it to be some reflection of reality, I think you'll be very disappointed, because I think almost nothing in this movie is realistic at all. But you know, that's not really a bad thing, because this movie does a really good job at just transporting you into this whole other world. And yeah, once the movie starts, you'll be hooked on the story all the way to the end. The cinematography is great in this movie as well, with all the long static shots with the perfect symmetry. Like, every frame feels like a painting. The colors are so vivid as well, like all his other movies. The suspense is great. The music especially really builds on the whole suspenseful tone of the whole movie. And the acting is just absolutely perfect. They have an all-star cast in this movie. You have Scarlett Johansson, you have Benedict Cumberbatch, you have Bryan Cranston, you have Bill Murray, you even have Tom Hanks. Yeah, this movie just has an all-star studded cast. And they all seem to be having the time of their lives in this movie. Like, they all just feel like they're having so much fun in this film. And I think that joy really carried through the screen and really just made this whole movie a very enjoyable experience, even for the audience. And so, overall, I'm giving The Phoenician Scheme an 8 out of 10. I don't think this movie is for everybody. It has such a unique, quirky tone like all his other movies that I wouldn't just recommend it for everybody. But if you're someone who likes Wes Anderson's works, then I think you'll really enjoy this movie. Is this one of his best movies? I don't think so, but it is incredibly entertaining. And also, as a huge fan of practical effects, this movie has some of the best practical effects I've seen in years. So yeah, if you're a fan of Wes Anderson's movies, I can highly recommend The Phoenician Scheme. And with that being said, that's all for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. It will help me out a ton. And if you've seen this movie, please let me know in the comments what you think about this movie. And if you haven't seen it, let me know if you're gonna see it as well. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay gold and never fade. Bye, guys.